Now, you'll remember in the realm of ordinary happiness, the mind also needed to avoid something. It needed to avoid not knowing. It needed to avoid confused, muddled states in order to be happy. But in the dimension of extraordinary happiness, the mind can be completely confused and that not be a problem. Now, when I say that the body can be in pain and that not be a problem, maybe you think I'm cracked. But maybe you think, well, yeah, that could happen because I've had some experience where I was once in pain and I stopped fighting it and it didn't bother me so much. A lot of people have had that kind of experience once or twice in their life. So maybe if I say the statement, the body can be in pain and that not be a problem, maybe I just sound a little cracked. I don't sound cracked to everybody. But if I say that the mind can be in confusion, even senility, even Alzheimer's, and that not be a problem, then people think maybe he's already senile to be saying something like that. However, equanimity with don't know is the basis of an extraordinary new kind of knowing. This fact has been discovered independently by 3 cultures, and that indicates to me that it's universal, totally independent without any contact with each other. Well, there might have been some minimal historical contact. It was discovered by the ancient Greeks, the it meaning that you could suspend the need to know, that you could train the mind away from its desperate need to have answers. And when you did, that it would start to have answers in new ways. That was discovered in ancient Greece by the skeptical philosophers, who were called skeptics because instead of trying to find answers, they just observed. Skeptikos. They watched. Sort of like what we do. They didn't ask questions like the other philosophers. They didn't debate. They let go of the need to have answers. And they discovered that if you do this in a consistent way as a discipline, a disciplined suspension of the need to know, a disciplined confusion, a sustained confusion for a goal, leads to a revolution in consciousness. They called it epoche, E-P-O-C-H-E, which means to suspend. In this case, specifically, suspend the need to know. It was rediscovered in the Middle Ages by Christian monks and nuns, who called it docta ignorantia. Now we're going from Greek to Latin. And it means cultivated don't know. Docta, learned, literally. Cultivated don't know. We're in a Catholic center here, Carmelite Retreat Center. Venerable tradition. So who is the highest authority in the area of philosophy in the Roman Catholic Church?
Was it Aquinas?
Yes, Thomas Aquinas. Who said, Deum tamquam per ignorantium cognoscimus, in the language of the time, Latin. If I were to paraphrase into fully modern English, would be, if you want to know God directly, you have to know through a special kind of not knowing. And then it was discovered in Tang Dynasty China, where it was called don't know mind, and other things. Bodhidharma, when he visited Emperor Liang Wudi, Emperor Wudi of the Liang Dynasty, this master here visited the emperor, and they had a dialogue. The emperor was a great patron of Buddhism, and the emperor asked Bodhidharma, I fed many monks and nuns, built many temples, how much merit have I made? To which Bodhidharma said, none whatsoever, which sort of surprised the emperor. And then the emperor asked him, well, what's the highest principle of holiness? To which he said, wide open and nothing holy, which also surprised him very much. And finally he said, who are you? To which Bodhidharma said, I don't know. So that's the Zen don't know mind. 3 independent cultures have discovered that you can have equanimity with muddle and confusion. Now you might say, well, okay, I can see that as a practice, but come on, senility and Alzheimer. However, I have had the privilege of being with senile masters. I have had the privilege of being with masters who had advanced Alzheimer's. So I can report to you what it's like, and it's not like what it's usually like. It manifests in a very different way because of the practice. In the realm of unconditional happiness, the issue is not getting answers to this or that for the mind's experience. And the issue is not actually avoiding confusion for the mind. The issue is in getting the answer, and the issue is avoiding confusion as a problem, to have a meaningful experience of the meaningless. So in the realm of extraordinary happiness, even if you were confused, there would be a positive to that. And even if you were clinically confused due to a medical condition, there would still be an okayness in that. That's why we say that the realm of extraordinary happiness is independent of conditions. It's even independent of having a functioning brain. That's an extraordinary claim, independent of what condition the body and mind are in. If you are able to have a complete experience, sensory experience, of that touch, feel, image, talk state, then you will be happy in this realm, this dimension of extraordinary happiness.